So everyone, welcome. Now, firstly, I want to congratulate FPL Grant Ivan Duhalde, if that's your name. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. And I have one more player who won the Euro, fantasy K1 KFC. I don't know, it's a difficult name. I'll just put it on the screen. Thank you both of them for being part of the HonestFPL League. Thank you so much for participating. Right. They are the winner. Now there's no such any winning prize or anything, but yeah, I'll make sure both of your names are in my description all the time from every video that I now release. So yeah, thank you so much for joining in. And now I'll leave the league code league code on the screen, right? And again, congratulations to Ivan, FPL Grant, and K1 KFC. Thank you so much for being part of the league, and congratulations on winning it. So just let's get into the team. So the new season is about to start and I couldn't be more excited. And now the thing is, I've not been posting a lot of videos, but still I have been playing around with my team a lot. And yeah, there have been few changes because of the injuries and new transfers. I'll talk about them all. I'll talk about my watch list, my captainship, and everything in this video. I don't think there will be a deadline stream, right, for the first game week, but again, I will update all my final teams in the Instagram account, which is linked below in the description. So yeah, I'll start with the goalkeeper. Now, the thing about goalkeeper is I don't think there's more realistic choice other than Sanchez and Backman, on the goalkeeper position for 4.5 price range. Other keeper that I might want to have is probably Martinez, but still, I don't want to spend 5.5 on Aston Villa goalkeeper. And another thing is maybe as the season goes on, we could look at De Gea if he's nailed on, or maybe even Mendy and these kind of players for 5.5. But still, again, we don't spend a lot of money in the goalkeepers because there's not too much point returns from them. So yeah, the thing is, if I change my goalkeeper, I could change Sanchez to Backman. Except for that, I don't think there's any change I'll make. And yeah, my second goalkeeper will be Steele, and I don't think I will be changing it to Foster. That is a popular trend that's going on, but still, Sanchez and Steele, I think that's a pretty safe way to go. I don't want to give too much emphasis on the goalkeeper. I think I'm pretty much set with Sanchez. I have not changed him, since I started making this team. He's one of those players I've not played around a lot with, because I know I'm not going to spend a lot of money on my goalkeeper. I could go till 5 million, right? For 5 million, you could get Schmeichel and maybe Henderson or De Gea in future. But except for that, I've not thought a lot about the goalkeeper. So yeah, I think I'll stick to Sanchez. Again, as I said, I'd want to get Martinez. He's a superb goalkeeper, but again, I don't want to spend 5.5 million on a goalkeeper and Aston Villa goalkeeper. So yeah, now moving on, let's go to the defenders. Now, this is what my backline looks like. And before that Robertson injury, my team was pretty different. Now, before Robertson got injured, I had Robertson, Shaw, Target, and Kufal. Though that was my backline, right? And I was pretty happy not having Trent, because now, according to what we saw last season, what happened was, yes, Trent does take direct free kicks, but Robertson was taking left corners and left long free kicks. I do remember that. And again, 7 million. Now, according to the work rate, I still think if you look at the work rate, Robertson is still a very a better player than Trent when it comes to work rate. But again, Trent is just that the player that has the quality to just change the game very quickly. So yeah, I was set on having Robertson and not Trent, but again, Robertson got injured. Now, what that made me do is bring in Tsimikas. Now, a 4 million goalkeeper that plays for Liverpool and who is a left back, I think that's just too tempting to not look at, right? It's just too good to ignore, in my opinion. So even if Tsimikas does not play, or maybe James Milner takes his place, I'm pretty sure Tsimikas will play. But even if he does not, I don't think there's too much to lose, a 4 million Liverpool defender. So I don't know. I feel like, as I said, Tsimikas was too good to ignore. So that is one of the reasons I have Tsimikas. That meant I had to remove Kufal. Now, the thing about Kufal and Target is I just can't differentiate between them, as I said, before Robertson got injured, I had both of them, Target and Kufal in my team. But now, since I have to have Tsimikas in my team, I just don't know where to put Kufal in my team. I have to remove Shaw if I want Kufal in my team, So that is one thing I could do. And Kufal is a way better attacking player than target. Of looking at the last season stats, I do know that if West Ham United play three at the back, right? What we saw is Kufal plays like a right winger, right, moving Cresswell in the as the third defender. So yeah, that is one of the things that I have been looking at. So Target and Shaw, that is something that could change if I want to bring in Kufal. I'm not like nailed on with Shaw and Target yet. Maybe I could change Target to Sufal, or maybe Shaw to Sufal. I'm not sure. Like Varane won't be playing first game, I'm pretty sure, right? And they're playing against Leeds. So yeah, and we do know how Leeds play. So yeah, maybe there's no clean sheet there. But again, Shaw taking the left corners on set pieces, 5.5 Man United left back. I think that's too good of a price to ignore. So yeah, the only thing that could change in my defense is maybe I could bring Kufal in the Shaw or Target's position. Except for that, I'm pretty sure my lineup will be the same. And looking at Target's, opening three fixtures, I do see maybe there's some clean sheet there, maybe some attacking return there. But again, if you compare Target to Kufal, looking at the stats, Kufal is way more attacking. Like playing 400 minutes less, Kufal, he still has almost equal points like Target does. So yeah, it's kind of very difficult to differentiate between them because their price point is also very similar. So yeah, as of now, that is my back four. Now moving on to the midfield. So Fernandes, Salah, Rafinha, I'm not going to talk too much about them. At least now, Fernandes and Salah, I think they are very reasonable and reliable choices, and I don't think I need to talk a lot about them. I don't think I need to explain anything about them, so I'm not going to talk too much about them. Now moving on to Rafinha. Now there are some interesting picks in there when it comes to Rafinha's price point. 6.5. You could go for Sar for 6 million. I've not watched Sar play, so I don't know if I can vouch for him. Another thing is, you could also go for Madison for, I'm sorry, not Madison, Barnes for 7 million, right? You could go for Barnes for 7 million. He does not look bad. His stats looks superb, and I do remember having him last season for a few game weeks, and it did pay off. So having Barnes does not look that bad of an idea either. Now, I'll talk about one of the other player that might be kind of a differential, that is Lucas Moura. And I've been looking at the preseason, and I do like the way that Lucas Moura and Bergwijn, those are playing. But again, we don't know if Kane is going to stay or leave, right? One of the reasons that Bergwijn and Lucas Moura are playing in the left and right are because of Kane not playing right now, and Son is playing like that center forward, and Son is another player I'd want in my team. So that brings to Havertz. I have Havertz there just for one game week. Now, I think I will change Havertz to Son in the second game week. That is my plan for now. Now, one thing I don't like about this plan is I already have to go to the second game week, already pre-planned transfer. Like what if someone gets injured? I can't remove Havertz. What if Shimkas gets injured? What if Saw gets injured? That could happen. So that is one of the things I don't like about this plan. Already having to make transfer moving into the second game week, changing Havertz to Son. I don't like that. But again, Havertz against Crystal Palace looks better than Son against Man City. So, and according to what I read, Kane will be available against Man City in the first game week. So I think that kind of changes how we look Son. Like Son and Kane do complement each other, but again, the position of Son changes. Now that means maybe Bergwijn or Lucas Moura might not play. So we don't know what will happen there. So yeah, my plan is to change Havertz to Son in the second game week. I don't like that plan, but still, if I'm looking at just maximizing the points game week after game week, I think this is very reasonable thing to do. Now, as I said, Havertz only for game week one. Rafinha, maybe you could change Rafinha to as I said, Barnes, right, of Leicester City, or you could change him to Lucas Moura, or maybe even Sar from Watford. You could do that. But again, Rafinha, we do know how Leeds play, right? They are very attacking. I don't trust their defense at all. I just don't trust Everton and Leeds defense at all. But again, when it comes to attacking point of view from Leeds, I think you need to have at least one of the Leeds attacker, maybe Bamford or Rafinha or Harrison, any one of them, Dallas. So yeah, if you don't have Rafinha, it is not the end of the world or anything. But still, I think looking at the Leeds team, if I had to pick a player, I think I'd go with an attacking player rather than a defender. So yeah, that is just my opinion. Now, Moving on to the the center forwards. Now the forwards are Antonio and Ings. Now, as I said before, Robertson got injured. I had Antonio. I'm sorry, I had Watkins and Tony in there. And what happened was Ings suddenly came to Aston Villa. So that transfer was kind of unexpected, but that did happen. So now I don't know if Ings is going to take penalties because El Ghazi took penalty. I do believe in the preseason. I did watch that highlight, right? I have been kind of following the preseason highlights. I'm not watching all the games except for maybe Liverpool's, right? I have been looking at the highlights of some of the teams, and yeah, Ings did not take the penalty. And one of the players that did stand out is actually, as I said, Son is the one that I do like in the preseason. You know, Lucas Moura and Son, those two players are playing very well, and Ziyech also did play very well, but still, I think he will be kind of a rotation risk, going on to the season because they have so many options in that right wing position. Like Ziyech could play in right and left both, but again, there are a lot of players who can play right and left. Pulisic can play right and left. Hudson-Odoi can play right and left, right? So yeah, Reece James can also play in the right. So there's just too much depth in that Chelsea team. So, and I do feel like Havertz will play, and Mount has not even started playing in the preseason yet. So yeah, I do believe there will be rotation risk with Havertz and Ziyech going on to the season. But still, I do feel like Havertz has a better chance of playing than Ziyech. So, but Ziyech is on set pieces. So yeah, it's just for one game week. So if you want to go for Ziyech instead of Havertz, I think it's just fine. Reece James, I don't know. I'm not sure if he's going to play there, right? Now, I'm pretty sure Chelsea will play three at the back, and when they play three at the back, it won't be Reece James who will be starting. It will be Aspi as the third centre back, right? And in the right, they could play anyone, as I said. Ziyech, Havertz, Hudson-Odoi, anyone. So Pulisic, there's just too much options. So yeah. Now, as I said, let's talk about the forwards. Now, Antonio and Ings. Now, thing about Antonio is the fixtures are good, and we do know how good he is. The only drawback to having Antonio is he's not on penalties. Now, if you compare him with Tony or maybe Bamford, the thing is that both of them are on penalties, and Antonio is not on pen. That is one of the drawback of having Antonio. But except for that, I think he's a good player. And one of the main reason I have Antonio is, as I said, I'm trying to maximize my points game after game week, right? So Antonio against Newcastle, like we do know Newcastle are a mess right now. So Antonio against Newcastle defense looks like there is something for Antonio there, right? So that is one of the reason I have Antonio there, and that is one of the reason I also want Kufal there. But again, as I said, if I want to have Kufal, I have to remove Shaw. Now Varane is not signed yet, as I said, and like he might not play first game week, right? So not having Shaw for the first game week does not look that bad of an idea. One thing I could do is maybe remove Shaw for Sufal. I could do that, right? That will maximize the number of points that I'll get in the game week one. And like doubling up on Target and Ings, like I do have a case for that because their opening three fixtures are too good to ignore. And if I want to double up on any team, that does look like Liverpool and Aston Villa right now, if I just target the fixture. So I don't have problem doubling up on Target and Ings right now with Emi Martinez at the defense and Mings there. So I don't see a lot of problem having, Target as my defender, but also I want Kufal there. Now, I don't know. I could change Shaw to Kufal or maybe just leave Shaw at there. One thing I want to try this season is maybe I want to have I want to use my wild card a little bit early. The one thing I learned from last season is I kind of waited too long to use my wild card. You know, I don't know. Like one of the reasons that I had to wait that long is because of the COVID. You know, like the fixtures were changing so frequently. You know, players were getting infected so frequently, and that meant now I needed a secure plan. You know, I needed that security. So wildcard was one of the way to do that for me personally. So I did not use my wildcard. I kind of hold on to my wildcard for a little longer than I had to. So I don't want to be doing that this season. What I want to do is maybe use my wildcard in maybe 4, 5, 6, fourth, fifth, sixth game week when I will have more information about maybe Lukaku will join in the Chelsea team. And he starts playing. Maybe Kane will move to Man City. We don't know that yet, right? Maybe Varane will come back and make Shaw a better option. That could happen. So I want to capitalize on that fact. So that is one thing I'm kind of thinking about, maybe an early wildcard. And you can look at my bench. And looking at the bench, like Amartey, Gilmore, you do know like Adams is the only forward that Southampton has right now. And with the Gilmore, you can go with Bissouma or Gilmore or Brownhill. It really does not matter to me. Like, I'm not expecting too much from them, you know. Maybe in case just one of my first 11 does not play, maybe he could come on. That is all I can, ask for from the 4.4, 4.5 midfielder. And it's same with Amarty. Now, uh, Leicester could sign a new defender, right? That could happen. And I don't see Amartya and Shimikas as a long-term option. But again, as I said, maybe I'll use my wildcard a little early this season. I want to experiment with that. Maybe there could be a huge success, you know, that using the early wildcard. So Amartya, Shimikas, not a long-term option, but still for 4.0, the playing defenders for such good teams, it's just too good to ignore. Now, Marty did play in the Community Shield and he did not look that bad. He did keep a clean sheet against Man City. So, yeah, I have no problem having Amarty. Now, one thing I could do is maybe change Amarty to, Ben White, adding 0.5. But my plan is to have Havertz to Son. I still have 2.5 left in my bank, right? I think it's 1.5 or 2.5. Yeah, I still have some money left in my bank. I'll write it on the screen how much money I have left in the bank. So I could use that money to remove Havertz to Son. That's my plan right now. So yeah, this is pretty much it. My first 11. Now, as I said, there could be changes. I could change Shaw to Sufal. Except for that, there's not much I want to talk about. I want to show you my other team. Now this is not such a template team. Like, it is a template team. Antonio, Rafinha, Fernandes, Salah. It is a template team, but still, even more of a safer team. I could go for even more of a safer team. I'll just show you right now. Let me just move the. Okay. Okay, now I'll just kind of play around with the team. I'll just show you what I might do. I could do with my team. I could change some players. I could remove Shaw, right? Havertz for Son. I could remove. Let me just change the team right now. Let me just bring in Son first. I could get in Son, right? What I could do more is I could bring in Sufal. This is something I could do. The other thing, with two changes, not having Shaw is one of the things there. Except for that, I could do something like this and maybe change Amarty to White. Now, this is something I've been thinking about. I don't want to get Eiling. I just don't trust the Leeds defense, as I said. As much as I like the Leeds attack, it's the same thing. I just hate the Leeds defense, and same with Everton defense. I just don't trust them at all. So, yeah, this might be my other team that I could play around with, if I now just make this transfer for the transfers. Now, what I could do is, yeah, this is it. This would be my other first game week team. Now, what do you guys think? Is the first team better with Havertz, right, and Shaw, or is this team better, Son and Kufal? So what do you think about it? I don't know. Like, this team looks more of a template than the previous one. Both of the team are pretty safe team in my opinion, right? I don't think there's huge risk involved. I do think both of them are pretty safe, and I think it's good to play safe right now because we just don't have a lot to depend on right now. It's the last season stat and few preseason games. That's all we have right now. Except for that, we don't have too much information. So I feel like playing safe is the way to do it, right? But as I said, you could bring in Barnes instead of Son, or you could just get in Shaw instead of Target or Kufal. There's a lot of things you can do. So just let me know which team do you like, first or the second. Except for that, there's not much I need to say. My captain will be Salah. I'm just playing it safe right now. So maybe as the season goes on, as I see maybe Sancho and all these players, starting to pick up form or something, I'll try and take more risks. But for now, I do want to finish better than what I did last season. I'll write the rank also what I finished in last season on the screen. So yeah. So I just want to do better than what I did last season. And yeah, this is my team. So it might be this team or the previous team. I don't know yet which is my final team. I'll post that final team in the Instagram. I'll let you guys know. There will be no deadline stream this week. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, this is my team. So yeah, best of luck. I'll see you in the next video.